Hello, back again on the Top Recap channel. This time I will tell a movie's entitled The Blackout. Let's get straight into the storyline. The story begins by showing a soldier on vacation in Moscow. The soldier's name is Oleg. He was having dinner with his new girlfriend, Elena. When they returned to their apartment, something strange suddenly happened. When they saw the television broadcast, they were both surprised to learn that the world was experiencing a simultaneous power outage. But strangely, parts of Russia, including Moscow, were not affected. They called the area that didn't experience the blackout the zone of life. They didn't know the fate of people outside the life zone, as all communication lines were cut off. Everyone was confused because there was no information about whatever disaster had befallen them. To find out the fate of the people outside the life zone, the Russian military sent some troops inside the life zone to inspect the area outside the life zone, called the quarantine zone. Major Dolmatov was appointed to lead the troops to the city of Kirov, which was included in the quarantine zone. A journalist named Olya was among the troops. When troops arrived in Kirov, the city looked so dark without any lights. When they entered the supermarket there, they saw that everyone in the supermarket was dead. But strangely, there were no wounds on the bodies. The major and his troops then moved up the building to check further. They entered an apartment and found food neatly arranged on the dining table. They also found no dead bodies in the house like in the supermarket. But suddenly, a soldier was attacked by a black creature that looked like a shadow. The major and other soldiers immediately helped their colleagues. They also shot at the creature that attacked their colleagues, but the creature had fled. The major then decided to return to the base using the helicopter. Here, the major asked his soldier what the person who attacked him looked like, but he replied that he couldn't see the perpetrator's face. However, he saw that the perpetrator had a black body like a shadow. The major then reported to headquarters that there were no signs of life in the Kirov region. They had only encountered an unknown attacker. A month later, after several troops were sent to check the area outside the life zone, it is now confirmed that more than 100 million Russian citizens outside the life zone are unknown. Meanwhile, the authorities told the people inside the life zone to stay calm. All surviving civilians were eventually pulled to join the military. One of them was Yura, a taxi driver who was forced to leave his mother, who suffered from Alzheimer's, to join the military. Yura joins Oleg in a military post in the Kirov border region. Major Dolmatov then invites Lieutenant Colonel Osmolov to inspect the soldiers inside the post. Osmolov explained what had happened. She had sent several teams to check the quarantine zone, and so far, they had not found any civilian survivors. They also took the initiative to bring the corpse for an autopsy, but the autopsy results showed that the corpse died from toxic materials that turned out to come from within his own body. Osmolov ordered the soldiers to collect as much data as possible so scientists could find out what was happening. They also had to secure the state armory in the quarantine zone. But they had to be careful because some of the teams previously sent there had lost contact. All the troops and 79 tanks sent there disappeared without news. Osmolov wanted them to check what had happened. The alarm went off in the evening, and all the troops were ready with their weapons. From the radar, Colonel Osmolov saw enemy movement approaching from the forest. The enemy was moving at a speed of 20 km/h. The sensors also detected electromagnetic radiation from the creature. The post lights suddenly went out, and Dolmatov fired flares to light the way. When they heard movement, everyone started firing. It turned out that the enemy they were facing was not humans, but a group of giant bears. The next day, after the situation calmed down, Oleg survived, but his body was injured by one of the bears. Yura then came to help him. They then saw that hundreds of bears had attacked them last night. Oleg was then taken to the clinic. He did not expect that the doctor who treated him was Elena. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Dolmatov could not figure out how hundreds of bears could move to attack the guard post. Osmolov then explained that she and her team had actually found several people who previously lived in the quarantine zone and managed to survive. However, there is something strange about the survivors' bodies. Their minds receive data like radio signals. Scientists at the hospital are currently trying to understand what data was sent to the minds of these people. One of the survivors is named Sasha. Sasha is currently hospitalized at the Central Military Hospital. In his dream, Sasha saw many people moving towards a place. Among the many people, there was one leader who controlled them all. Sasha was shocked and woke up before he could see the leader. He was then met by a mysterious person who claimed to be named Zhenya. Zhenya said that he was sent by someone named Dmitry. Zhenya explained that a month ago, a first-wave attack destroyed all electronic objects, followed by a second-wave attack that killed all biological organisms, such as humans. And then, later, there will be a third wave attack in which 160 million human corpses are used as puppets to attack those who are still alive. The 160 million human puppets are controlled by someone. The first and second wave attacks have already happened, but the third has not. Zhenya says they can stop the third wave of attacks by finding the person controlling the dolls. Zhenya needs Sasha's help, because only Sasha can find out where the person controlling the dolls is. A frightened Sasha refuses to help. Sasha then asked the soldiers who guarded him to drive Zhenya away, but strangely, the soldiers could not see Zhenya's figure. They assumed that Sasha was hallucinating. Meanwhile, elsewhere, the military troops moved back into the quarantine zone. But when they stopped, they were surprised to see that the tanks that had previously been sent to the quarantine zone had been destroyed. They also saw that the buildings there were destroyed like the aftermath of a devastating war. This event made everyone in the zone panic. Until now, the government has not announced exactly what happened and who the enemy they are facing is.
Many have stopped going to work altogether.
The military leadership finally formed several scouting teams to go deeper into the quarantine zone. This needs to be done because they also have to secure the arsenal of weapons out there so that the enemy does not misuse them.
They are to secure a foothold and set up an observation post.
Yura joined Team 7, led by Lieutenant Maxim. The reporter, Olya, also joined the team. They moved towards Kirov. Arriving there, after checking the quiet neighborhood, the lieutenant ordered his troops to enter one of the apartment buildings to rest and observe the surroundings. The next day, Yura saw the mini-market door across the building open. Yura, who was suspicious, then borrowed Olya's camera. And sure enough, in the footage, the mini-market door was closed when they first came here. Yura was sure someone had opened it. Yura and the two soldiers then decided to check the convenience store. Inside the convenience store, they didn't find anyone there. They only found traces of food scattered on the floor. They suspected that someone had come in here to get the food. The lieutenant set a trap using a grenade to catch the person. Later that night, the trap grenade suddenly exploded. Yura and his team immediately rushed to catch the person. At that place, they found a teenage boy lying inside the convenience store. The teenager was still alive even though his body was full of wounds. They also brought the teenager into the apartment. Fortunately, the teenager was saved. The teenager looked scared. The lieutenant told the teenager to calm down because they were there to protect him. But suddenly, the teenager stabbed the lieutenant in the neck until he died. The soldiers who saw this immediately shot the teenager to death. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Oleg, who has recovered, has joined another team heading to Karkino village. Arriving there, the lieutenant ordered his members to check the surroundings. One of the soldiers, named Senchuk, was injured by a metal rod while inspecting one of the containers. The next day, Elena was sent to the place to treat the injured Senchuk. Oleg was, of course, happy to see his lover come to the place. After examining Senchuk's wound, Elena said that Senchuk had to be taken back to the headquarters because the wound was quite severe. Meanwhile, elsewhere in the hospital, Sasha, who was already feeling better, sat on the hospital terrace. Suddenly, a mysterious person was sitting next to him. The person claimed to be named Dmitri. Sasha panicked because he thought he was hallucinating again. Dmitri then told Sasha to calm down because they had little time. Because only Sasha can find the person who controls the third wave attack later. Sasha then said that he did see the person in question in his dream, but the frightened Sasha refused to help. Dmitri then opened his mouth, and it turned out he was an alien. Sasha was even more panicked. Seeing something strange, Osmolov then came. Sasha was calm because Osmolov could see Dmitri's figure. Osmolov then called the soldiers to surround Dmitri. It turns out that Dmitri can control human minds. He made the soldiers point their guns at Osmolov. Dmitri created an illusion by changing himself to look like Osmolov. And vice versa. Now Osmolov, who was cornered, finally lowered her gun. Dmitri says that millions of aliens like him are on their way to Earth to destroy all humans and intend to rule the Earth. Dmitri says that this time, he is on the human side and will help prevent that from happening. Inside the headquarters, Dmitri explains that hundreds of millions of humans have been exposed to radiation so that their minds can be controlled into alien dolls. When the radiation attack occurred, the moon blocked this area, making this circular-shaped area free from radiation. This area was then referred to as the life zone. However, soon, humans who have become alien puppets will come to attack the people in the life zone. Dmitri explains why his people intend to colonize the Earth. Their planet will soon become extinct because their sun is old. In contrast, the sun that shines on the Earth is still relatively young. That way, his people can stay on Earth for a long time. Dmitri explained that the plan to dominate the Earth had been carried out since 200,000 years ago. His people first sent biological weapons using small aircraft that could travel at the speed of light so that they could arrive first on Earth since 200,000 years ago. The biological weapons were sent to take control of the Earth first, while waiting for their much larger aircraft that could not travel at the speed of light, which would only arrive on Earth 200,000 years later. During these 200,000 years, the biological weapons they spread on Earth have worked very well. The biological weapons eliminated all dangerous life forms. It turns out that the biological weapon in question is humanity itself. The Dimitri deliberately put humans on Earth to kill each other and destroy each other on Earth. Humans are genetically modified products of the Dimitri. They have the same DNA. After all humanity has been successfully controlled, the giant aircraft carrying its people will begin to land on Earth. According to his calculations, Dimitri said the large plane carrying his people would arrive on Earth tomorrow. Dimitri said that his people had a way to perfectly regenerate their body cells, allowing them to live forever, but they would still die if killed. Dimitri said that 200,000 years ago, he arrived on Earth carrying the human seed and another alien named Ra. Ra is an alien who controls the minds of humans in the quarantine zone. That's why Dimitri must kill Ra to stop all this. But he must first find Ra's location with the help of Sasha. Sasha must be taken to a post close to the quarantine zone. Osmolov then received news that all the reconnaissance teams previously deployed had been attacked by a group of humans whose minds were controlled by something. Inside the border military post, Dolmatov saw several purple and red flare missiles in the sky sent by the reconnaissance teams, indicating that they had been attacked. Moments later, Osmolov, Sasha, Dimitri, and Zhenya arrived at the border military post. Together with Dolmatov, they went to a quiet room so that Sasha could concentrate. Dimitri then helps Sasha enter his subconscious. Sasha then sees an apparition of Ra standing on top of a building. Sasha then drew the building on paper.
I don't understand.
After regaining consciousness, Sasha said that Ra was in the center of Kirov. Dimitri also invited them to rush to the center of Kirov. A confused Dolmatov asked what was going on. Dimitri and Osmolov explained everything to Dolmatov. Dolmatov didn't believe it at first, but after he was informed that the third wave of attacks had begun where millions of people attacked the life zone in Moscow, Dolmatov finally believed. Before leaving, Sasha told Dimitri that Ra had managed to look at his face in the subconscious. Sasha was very scared. Dimitri then told Sasha to stay at the post. Sasha will be safer in the post than participating in this mission. Dolmatov, Osmolov, Dimitri, Zhenya, and several other troops began to move using tanks towards the city of Kirov. On the way, Osmolov realized that Sasha was not among them. Osmolov then stopped the group. They then saw that there were so many missiles aimed at the border post. The missiles destroyed the post and killed everyone there, including Sasha. An angry Osmolov then pointed a gun at Dimitri. Dimitri knew Ra would attack Sasha, so he told Sasha to stay inside the post. If Sasha joined this group, they would all die, and their struggle would be in vain. After hearing this explanation, they continued their journey. Long story short, after the brutal attack previously experienced by the reconnaissance team, now, the only survivors of Yura's team are Yura and Olya. The two of them decided to go to Kharkino because last night they saw purple flares being fired from that direction, which means some soldiers still managed to survive. Arriving there, Yura met with Oleg. Only he, Elena, and one soldier survived on Oleg's team. Soon, Dolmatov and his team arrived. Dolmatov said they could not return to the base because it had been destroyed. They will now go to Kirov to attack the mine controller. Dolmatov ordered the remaining soldiers to come with him.
We just came from there.
We have civilians.
Long story short, they finally reached the city of Kirov. Dolmatov wondered why they were not attacked by the alien puppets. Dimitri said that Ra thought he was dead in the post. Besides, Dimitri used his strength so that they were not detected. However, Dimitri's strength will weaken if he gets closer to Ra. After a while of driving, suddenly millions of alien dolls appeared to confront them. Dolmatov ordered them to keep going even though he had to kill those people. They finally made it to the building where Ra was. Dimitri immediately climbed to the roof of the building with Yura and two soldiers to help him, while the others stood guard outside. They must block the millions of humans who will come to attack. Dolmatov then tells Zhenya, Olya, and Elena to hide because they are civilians. The bodies of the alien puppets begin to arrive. The shootout is inevitable. Meanwhile, on his way to the roof of the building, Dimitri was also blocked by alien dolls. After trying to stop the incoming enemies, Osmolov and Oleg invited the others to climb to the top of the building, while Major Dolmatov and his team will try to hold the alien dolls with all their might. In short, Dmitri and Yura managed to arrive at the roof of the building. They both saw Ra, who was there. Yura tried to attack, but Ra threw him almost down. Ra and Dmitri then fought fiercely. Meanwhile, outside the building, a truck attached to a bomb then exploded. Dmitri used this opportunity to take Ra's box-shaped object. Dmitri and Yura then worked together to kill Ra. Ra was finally successfully killed. Dmitri then kept his promise by neutralizing all the alien dolls and killing the people under alien control. Seeing this, Zhenya was terrified because one alien could kill hundreds of millions of humans at once. The fear increased when Dmitri said that on the plane, millions of aliens like him were still moving toward Earth. Osmolov also asked what they should do next. Dmitri surprisingly said that he could have prevented the radiation attack that controlled humans from happening, but that would have provoked the alien ship to turn into war mode. Dmitri plans to control all aliens as well as all remaining humans. Dmitri considers himself a god. An angry Elena pointed her gun at Dmitri. Seeing this, Yura forbids Elena from killing Dmitri because, according to him, Dmitri is their only hope of facing the millions of aliens that will come. Seeing an opportunity to kill Dmitri, Zhenya tried to stab him. But what he stabbed turned out to be Osmolov. Oleg then advanced towards Dmitri, but Yura blocked him. Finally, the two people fought each other. With difficulty, Yura managed to defeat Oleg. But then Olya shot Yura. Zhenya again tried to stab Dmitri but failed. Oleg took a gun and shot Dmitri. Dmitri then changed his form into Oleg's father and performed many hallucinations to confuse Oleg. Zhenya, who realized that Dmitri was the real one, then pushed Dmitri to fall from the roof of the building. They both finally died. Moments later, a large plane appeared in the sky. The plane finally landed, but after waiting, not a single alien came out. Oleg, Elena, and Olya, who were curious, then decided to approach the plane. They will fight to the end. Before entering the plane, Oleg and Elena took weapons, while Olya took an axe. They were surprised to see millions of tubes containing sleeping aliens inside the plane. Ra's box, which Oleg was carrying, then lit up and made a large pipe filled with active oxygen liquid. The liquid flows oxygen into all pipes connected to the tube. Olya then used her axe to destroy the liquid pipe and succeeded. It can kill thousands of aliens at once. The three of them then split up to kill all the aliens there. When they got to the last row of tubes, the three of them didn't have the heart to kill because the ones in this row of tubes were all children. Finally, Oleg, Elena, and Olya can only watch the alien children exit the tube. And the movie is over. Don't forget to click subscribe, like, and comment.